Hi, my name is Alyssa Vinehodge. I'm the co-host on the Ladybug Project along with Kara Adams, where every week we are raising awareness on child sexual abuse and speaking on the healing process and different issues pertaining to the topic. Last week we started a series on predator awareness, and this week I am speaking to the process of systemic grooming, and that is where a perpetrator seeks to gain trust among entire communities and so that they can perpetrate acts on large numbers of children. And how they do this is by acting similarly to a con artist, basically, and embedding themselves in different layers of the community to gain trust. A recent example of this is the gymnastics doctor Larry Nasser. If you'd heard about that case or followed it at all, he perpetrated a lot of sexual abuse on gymnasts under the guise of being a doctor. And what struck me about this case in particular was that so much of the abuse he perpetrated on these victims took place while the parents were present. And he was so good at establishing trust and having an easygoing nature, and just the fact that he was a doctor, he would block the view of the parents, and they would just assume he was doing his job while he was actually sexually abusing these kids. So that shows you how really easy it is for an abuser to embed himself into situations and perpetrate these acts. It was similar to my own story. I came from a town of 2,000 people, and the person who abused me was the police chief of the town where I grew up, and also a school bus driver. He also had a garden and gave hay rides in the fall to children and participated in Little League and parades in the town. Like I said, it was a very small town. So just the fact that he wore a police uniform and was a symbol of trust in the community, why would a parent question that? So these people are very aware of the fact that if they just gain an access point where status or a symbol of trust comes along with what they do, then nobody really takes the time to pay attention, tune in with your gut, ask questions, communicate with your child. We just assume the best in people, and that is a good thing, to assume the best in people. But we do need to open our eyes and pay attention a little bit more and notice when something feels slightly wrong in our gut. Ask our children questions. Did that appointment go okay? Did it feel right? Did anything feel wrong about it? And I don't say that to put guilt on parents. And it's nobody's fault that your child was sexually abused other than the person that abused your child. That's whose fault it is. So I know that for parents, and my own mom in particular, struggled with a lot of parental guilt, and she's actually going to write a blog post specifically for parents who are going through the healing process of their own, of missing the signs, that I'll post on my website. So, I just wanted to take some time to speak to that these people are among us. They're the wolves in sheep's clothing, and missing the signs is okay, because like I said, we do assume the best in people. But if we have the knowledge, we have the tools, and we're willing to open our eyes more and to look at the ugly things we're afraid of seeing, then we can prevent child abuse, and we can, when we do miss the signs, we can participate in the justice process and the healing process together. It always just touches my heart when I see a victim getting justice. And the judge that presided over the Larry Nassar case, I applaud her, and I am so grateful that those victims got to be heard in the courtroom. So that's something I did not get to experience. And so I just rejoice with victims when I see them get justice. And that's what the Ladybug Project is all about, creating awareness to prevent child abuse, to create awareness to help families heal from abuse, parents included, everybody who needs to heal when this kind of thing happens. So stay tuned. Next week, Kara is going to lead the discussion on abuse that takes place from perpetrators within the family, since her situation is more specific to that. So thank you for listening, and as you go forward, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, learn to listen to your intuition and your gut when you see things around you that don't look right, because we can help, and we can create change. We're not powerless when it comes to these perpetrators, as we've seen. So thanks.